Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick learning series on what is Historify is all about. So in OpenAlgo version 2, as you know, Historify is a new feature inside OpenAlgo, which is kind of a full stack data management platform. So what does that means is you can use the broker data to store inside OpenAlgo itself. That is what we're going to learn more about it, right? And how we can use this data for various purposes, including backtesting. So that is what we're going to learn in this specific session. So let's go into that. So here is the very simplified basic architecture of OpenAlgo. So inside OpenAlgo, right, we are having two different databases. One is we are having SQLite database where we are storing the master contract and orders and logs and many things that we are storing inside a SQLite database. But when it comes to stock market data, we are using the latest DuckDB version is what we are using. We are using it to store historical data, right? And that data is exposed as an Historify API. And later on, you can use the Historify API. You can use it to connect with your backtesting engine. So this you can use it as a source to connect your backtesting engine. That is what, how to implement that. That is what I'm going to explain in this specific series, right? So let's go into that. So here I'm having OpenAlgo, right? I'm going to log into my OpenAlgo. Inside OpenAlgo, right? If you go to your profile section, you'll be finding Historify. So under Historify, you'll be having a full stack data management platform where you can completely download end-to-end data. So only two types of data you'll be able to download, either 1 minute data from the broker or daily data from the broker. As of now, the broker integration is supported. So very soon we'll also try to see if we can able to bring data vendors like Global Data Feed or True Data so that you can manage your own data, right? So you can store your data, you can use it for backtesting purpose, or you can export in a different format, export in different time frames. So these are some of the things that you can do with that, and you can also schedule the downloads as well. So I'm going to show you a sample here. Right now we're having a very basic watch list. So let's say I'm going to go and add a watch list. Let's say I'm going to add something like State Bank of India, SBIN. I'm going to go and select the State Bank of India. I'm going to add to the watch list. You see that automatically the symbol comes into the watch list. So now I want to download, let's say all these symbols, I want to download for the last 1 year. 1 year, I want to download daily data. As of now, it supports only two different data sets, daily and 1 minute. Let's say I'm going to download daily data set. So what it does is it automatically goes to the download job section. It downloads the entire historical data and it places inside the DuckDB, right? So DuckDB is kind of a fast DB and it's really good in backtesting. Your backtesting engine will be very much faster if you are going to use DuckDB as a database. One of the reasons why we are using DuckDB. So once the download is done, right, you can go and see what kind of data has been stored. Let's say there is a charting section has been integrated, which opens up the TradingView lightweight charts. You can go and check whether the database is correct or not, right? This is not a real-time data, but whatever the data is downloaded in your DuckDB, you'll be able to see that so that you can get a confidence that whether the data is right or is there any flaw with the data, is there any mismatch with the data. So all those things you'll be able to understand from here. Now I'll go back. Now what you can also do with Historify is like, as I said, like you can also use 1 minute time frame. For time being, I'll try to download the 3 minute time frame. So last 3 months of 1 minute data is what I'm going to download for all the three symbols. So you can add as many watch list in your, you can add as many symbols in your watch list. Let me download. So this will be downloading 3 months of historical data for all the list of symbols, whatever you have. You can pass the thing. You can also stop it if you don't want, right? So once the data is downloaded, you will be able to see the increased number of bars, how many bars it has been storing. All those details you'll be able to see, and you can also go and check it from the charting section as well. If you go and check, let's say something like 1 minute time frame. It gets you the 1 minute time frame for the last 3 months, right? For that particular symbol. And the same database, we can use this to bring our custom time frame. Like let's say you want a 5 minute time frame, the same 1 minute time frame will be reframed to a different time frame interval. So the 5 minute is developed from the 5 minute aggregated charts. You can go and try out your own custom time frames, or there is also a custom time frame option is also there. You can go and set, let's say you want a 7-minute chart, you can go and get those things. Everything is built from the 1-minute time frame. Okay, so this is Historify. What else I can do if you ask me? There are 2 more features inside Historify. One is the scheduler. You can go and schedule, let's say you want to download this particular data exactly at 6 o'clock or 6:15 or whatever the time frame that you want to download. You can download and say, I want on a daily basis, I want to schedule after the market hours, I want to download it automatically, so that at that exact time it schedules and it runs the job, downloads the data without any human intervention. Right, so you can download as you can create schedules as many job you want. Let's say I want to download, let's say like 1-minute data. 1-minute schedule is what I'm gonna do. I'll say like it's an evening schedule, and I'll schedule the type as like day. Day means daily. Interval means every, let's say like 1 minute once or every 5 minute once. That kind of thing you can do that. So by default, interval is, it'll download data every 5 minute once and puts in the database. However, the daily download if you want to do, so daily you can select and you can set the timings. Let's say like I'm gonna say like 6 o'clock in the evening. 6 o'clock in the evening is what you want to schedule. And you can just simply click on create. So look back days, you can keep it as 1, right? So which means if already you are having data in your database, only the incremental download will happen. That's what the meaning behind the 1 is. So just simply skip that and then you can create. Now exactly at that time, it will trigger the download provided you are not logging out of the system. So as long as you are not logging out of the system, automatically the job will be running even at midnight also. As long as you are scheduling at the right timings, the job will be running. Ensure that you are scheduling before 3 o'clock, because after 3 o'clock automatically system itself will be logging out. So anytime before 3 a.m. you are scheduling it, your authentication token is valid, the download automatically happens. Now you can also export the data from the section over. Let's say I want to download the entire data in a certain format, right? So I can export the data. In a daily data, I can export, or 1-minute data, or 5-minute time frame, all kinds of things I can able to download. I'll be able to download in a different format, CSV, zip file, Parquet. So whichever the format that you would like to see, you can download that in a specific format, right? So you get that entire file in a different format. So 1 minute, 5 minute, even the 5-minute chart is nothing but an aggregated version of a 1-minute charts, right? So we're building the 5-minute data from the 1-minute data. You are able to download and you can use it for a different purpose. Maybe if you want to import into AMI Broker, Ninja Trader, yes, you can do that. Or if you want to process for other research purpose also, you can do that. The next thing is you can also import the data. Let's say you want more data to import. You want to do more backtesting. Then there is an import feature is there. Right now, only one particular symbol can be imported at a given point in time. You have to import either 1 minute or daily time frame. These are the 2 intervals which are supported as a base interval inside Historify, right? So once this is also done, let's say you want to import 1 year of, or let's say like 13 years of Nifty future data or Bank Nifty future data, you'll be able to import it into the database. After importing, now comes the most fun part, right? So let me talk about that. I'm going to go to the API documentation. Remember, right now we have INFI, State Bank of India and TCS. So let's say we're going to play with the State Bank of India here. So I'll go to the API key. I'll go to the playground, right? So under the playground, you can see like data. If you go to the data, you'll be finding like historical data, State Bank of India. If I directly send over here, it automatically downloads the historical data from the broker directly. You see that the source is API. If the source is API, it downloads directly from the broker. But if the source is DB, if you see that the source is DB, it downloads. You can give the start date and end date. You can give whatever interval you want. For time being, I'll give the interval as daily. So let's say I want to download. So we have like 1 year of historical data, right? So I'll say 26, and for time being I'll keep it very simple. I'll keep it like 05, right? So last 1 month of data is what I'm trying to, little more than a month of data is what I am trying to download, right? So the only thing what I am passing is like the source equal to db is what I'm trying to pass. Everything remains the same. The endpoint remains the same, or even Python history function also remains the same. If I send this, you'll be able to get the data very faster. You see that the data rendering is like 39 milliseconds. Even if I'm gonna try something like last 1 year of data, right? This is last 1 year of data. If I try to render it within 40 milliseconds, you'll be able to download a huge amount of data using DuckDB, because DuckDB is very much faster in terms of rendering, and also from a backtesting point of view also, it is very much faster. Now the same thing, instead of accessing via API, what I'm going to do, since it is exposed via API, I'll be able to access, instead of giving directly to my backtesting engine, I will be accessing through my Python SDK. I'll be using a Python SDK, which I'm going to show you in a moment. And from the Python backtesting, we're going to use it for backtesting engine to backtest our trading ideas, right? So this is the flow. I hope you understand the flow here. Let's go and try it out, right? So let's go and let's go to the VS Code, and let's go and do a simple backtesting, right? All right, now if you get back inside the VS Code, you'll be finding this example folder inside OpenAlgo. Inside the example folder, you'll go to Python and you'll be finding this backtesting_vectorbt.py. So you can use this to install your VectorBT. Of course, you have to install VectorBT, right? So first thing is like you have to go to your terminal, and by default VectorBT is installed. You may have to install it. So I'll go to OpenAlgo, and then I'm going to run uv pip install VectorBT, right? So VectorBT, and probably also have to install one more thing called any widget, right? Once these two packages are installed, right? Now it is time to go and run this backtesting VectorBT library. If you scroll down, right, you can find a lot of interesting things. The symbol is State Bank of India, which is already stored in our Historify database. Exchange is NSE. And remember, the symbol is only OpenAlgo symbol, not the broker symbol. And the interval, for time being, I'm gonna say like 15 minutes. The 15-minute data is nothing but our 1 minute downloaded data from the Historify. We're going to use this as a base to download from the Historify, and we're going to use it for backtesting. So in order to fetch the data from the backtesting, DuckDB, right? What we're going to do is like we're going to use a historical data function. So history is the function that we're going to use. And the source I'm going to mention as DB. If I'm going to say API over here in small letters, it is going to fetch the data directly from the broker. However, I want my database to be faster. That's why we are using DuckDB. And my backtesting also has to be faster. That's why we are using VectorBT here. And in order to, we are setting the source as DB so that our data fetching is also faster from the DuckDB. And our backtesting is also faster because we are using a combination of DuckDB and VectorBT. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'll just simply go and type uv run. The file name is backtesting_vectorbt.py. I'm going to type enter. So we're going to do an 1 year of backtesting. So it's like total 28 signals is what, 28 entry signal, exit signal, everything is getting generated, and you'll be able to see the complete backtesting report. You'll be able to see. And the report also, complete entire report, you'll be able to see it over here. It's a very simple EMA crossover for testing purpose, right? So let me know in comments how you are able to backtest it, and what kind of backtesting tool or what kind of backtesting strategy that you are building, whether you are able to successfully able to build the strategy or not. Let me know everything in comments. So I hope this series help you to understand how to use OpenAlgo as a full stack data management platform, where you can manage your own historical data, directly download it from the broker and manage it, export it, import it, and how you can also use OpenAlgo Historify as your own backtesting base, right? So on top of that, you can develop your own backtesting engine. So let me know in comments like what you feel about Historify and what needs to be improved inside Historify. See you in yet another more interesting video, because a lot of interesting features that we had built in the last couple of days. Very soon we'll be talking more about that. Thank you.